Hi, good morning, all. Yeah, uh, hi, Chandra Mohan. Welcome to the stream. Also, please watch this session. So, where I'm going to discuss about the basics about arrays, what is arrays and what is collections, and also we can discuss later. So, like whatever the concepts you are expecting me from my side, we will discuss after the explanation about arrays and collections. Okay. So we will wait for a few more minutes until enough people get joined for this session. So later we can start our actual session, that is about arrays and collections, why we are using collections and what is arrays here. Okay. Yeah. So far two people are watching currently. Thank you so much, guys. So still I am expecting some more people to join for this session. Okay. So after this explanation of arrays and collections, we will discuss about remaining concepts from Selenium. Whatever the concept, if you want me to discuss, we can discuss accordingly. Okay. So I hope if time permits, we can discuss about the remaining concepts from Selenium. But first we will discuss about in a simple way what is arrays and what is collections. Okay. Along with some sample programs from Eclipse point of view. Okay. So please. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me ready our Eclipse as well. After explanation, I'm going to show you with some basic small programs. So how this array is working and what is collections, why we are using collections rather than arrays. So these and all we will discuss later in this video. So once explanation about all these concepts like arrays and collections got completed, we will discuss about Selenium concepts as well. So the concept whatever you want to know from my side, please let me know from the live chat, so that I will update a separate video, especially if it is not possible from live sessions. Okay. So please join the session, guys. Please join the sessions as requested by some people, okay, who are watching our stream on yesterday. So they have asked us to make some session about collections. Okay. So that is where I am currently looking into, and now I am going to discuss about the concepts called arrays and collections. Okay. So please, guys, please support the channel and please support all our videos, as well as please support all our live sessions as well. Okay. So actually this is the pending topic, so where I did not covered during our Java knowledge, how much Java knowledge required for Selenium automation test engineer series. Okay. So this is the last concept from that series. So today we will discuss about this. Once if time permits, we will discuss about the remaining concepts as well. So whatever we can discuss, we will discuss those concepts. Okay. Can I start now? And also please let me know, Chandra Mohan, are you able to receive the notification when I conducting the live session or when I uploaded any video? Okay. Please let me know, Chandra Mohan, are you able to getting any notification or not from our channel Selenium Tech Automation? Okay, currently 3 are watching, so now I am going to start the session, because if we make some delay now, it is not going to end it properly. Okay. Again I have to make some hurry on explanation, so that's why now I am going to start. Hi, morning relaxation, welcome to the stream, and also welcome to my channel Selenium Tech Automation. Thank you so much for visiting, and also good morning relaxation. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. So now please drop a like, guys, please drop a like for this live stream, as well as at the end of the session also we can mention your like or dislike, no problem. When if you understand, when you are getting the proper concept or proper content from live session means, then only you can provide like. Okay. And also if you dislike also, no problem, Based upon our dislikes, I am going to improve my explanation. What are the areas I need to improve? Okay, so please support the stream. So now I am going to discuss about arrays and collections for automation test engineers. It is not only for automation test engineers. I am going to give you some overview about what is arrays and what is collections. But in this session I am not going to show you along with some examples from Selenium point of view, so where we are using these collections concept and arrays concepts in our automation testing, because that will take more time for me to show you all the examples from Selenium point of view. So that's the reason why first I will discuss about what is arrays and collections, so later till at a time interview questions also brought. Yes, morning relaxation. Yesterday, I have conducted one very important live session where Chandra Mohan, where Noor Muhammad, where Arun Kumar, where Hari Kumar. So these guys all are attended for that particular live session, which is happened on yesterday evening at 7:30 p.m. So where I have discussed almost more than 20 interview questions, as well as it is for okay freshers as well as it is for experienced candidates, with all the interview questions which are you can expect during your interviews, either it is from freshers or either it is for experienced candidates as well. Please check out that video as well from my channel, where I have uploaded a Selenium interview questions as a live session. Okay, thank you so much, Chandra Mohan. So now I am going to start our actual concept here. So first what I will do, I will explain about these arrays and collections, so later we will see along with the examples as well. Okay, so first, what is an array here? So an array is a collection of elements with similar data types, means with same data types. Okay, an array is a collection of elements with similar data types. Here with homogeneous data types also we can call it as. Okay, homogeneous means similar data types, means common data types or constant data types. So here, okay, so that is about array. And also we can also call this array as an object as well. Means why, means we are calling it as object, means always the array size is fixed only. Array size is always fixed. Okay, so why we need to use of these arrays? Why actually we need these arrays? Means it is used to represent multiple data items with single name. Okay, multiple data items with single name. Okay, we can declare it like integer with single name, and also we can declare with string of array it single name, and also float also we can declare. Okay, so mainly there are two types of arrays. The first type of array here is single dimensional array, and the second type of array here is multi-dimensional array, that is 2D and 1D. Okay, arrays are of two types, that is single dimensional array, that is 1D, and multi-dimensional array, that is 2D. Okay, so let me show you what is the example of single dimensional array, how we can use that one. Okay, so let me open my Eclipse. So there I will show you exactly how this single dimensional array will work here. Okay, so please guys, please drop a like. So if you want me to write some notes here, I will write it down, no issues. Okay, I will write some notes what I have discussed so far. So please support the live stream guys. At the same time, please attend for the live sessions, so that you will get more idea about the concept what I am discussing currently here. Okay, so here as I discussed, which one, an array is a collection of elements with similar data types. Okay, an array is a collection of collection of which one, similar, okay, similar data types. Okay, similar data types. Okay, that is our first point when we are discussing about arrays. Array is a collection of similar data types. Are we able to see my screen properly, or do I need to minimize a little? Now I guess. Okay, now it is visible. Okay, so an array is a collection of similar data types, means homogeneous data types. Okay, and also we can call this array is also an object. Okay, as I mentioned, array is also an object, because array size is always fixed. Okay, array size is always fixed. Okay, so then what is the need of arrays? What is the need of arrays here? Okay, what is the need of arrays? Means it is used to represent the multiple data items with single name. Okay, it is used to, okay, it is used to represent multiple data items, okay, multiple data items with single name, okay, it is used to represent multiple data items with single name, okay, it is used to represent multiple data items with single name. Don't know why screen is okay, now it is okay. So here how we can declare an array. So the syntax here is how we can declare an array. How we can declare an array means, so what is the syntax here? Okay, what is the syntax? The first one here is integer. Which one? Integer of a. Okay, and what is another data type? String of a. Okay, then what is the next one here? Float. Okay, float is also one data type. So likewise we can declare it as b or c, anything. Okay, so this is the declaration of an array. And also there are two types of arrays. The first type here is which one? Single dimensional array, and the second type here is multi-dimensional array. Okay, there are two types of arrays. The first type here is single dimensional array. Okay, first one here is single, okay, single dimensional array, and second one is multi dimensional array, which means what? Which means 2D, right? Which means 2D, and this is for 1D, right? This is for 1D. Okay, which means single dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. There are two types of arrays. We have the first one here is single dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. Okay, so then moving to the example, how this single dimensional array will looks like, I am going to show you with an example. So please drop a like for the stream, guys, please. So now I am going to show you the example for single dimensional array. Okay, the example for single dimensional array. So for that, let me open my Eclipse here. Okay, now you are able to see, right? Eclipse, it is not showing currently. Yeah, so now I am going to show you with an example of an array. Okay, that is called a single dimensional array. How it will looks like, I am going to show you. For that, let me create one class here. Okay, for that, let me create a class here, new class. Okay, new class. So what is our class name here? Single dimensional array, single D array I can mention here, single D array, which is having one public static void main. So I have already discussed about this public static void main, and what is a void, what is main, and what is static, and what is public, and why we are passing the two parameters for this public void, public static void means, that is called as string of args. Why we are passing also have already explained in one of our earlier videos. Please check out that video as well if you want more information about the main method, why we are using the main method here. Okay, so it got created here. So let me close the other classes. Okay, so first of all, how this array will looks like means, the single dimensional array. Okay, I will show you with the help of paint as well here for better understanding. Okay, yeah, paint. Okay, let me, okay, paint application. Okay, so this is our paint application. If I am telling about single dimensional array means how it will store. Okay, first of all, if you are creating any data with the help of any type of array means, it is going to store it into some heap memory area. Okay, it is going to store into some heap memory area, and then how it will store means, okay, and then how it will store means, if I have like there are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, there are some values. The index value will always start from where? In arrays, the index value will always start from 0 only. Okay, if I mention 5 array values here. For example, this is one value, and this is one value, and this is one value, okay, and this is one value, okay. So how this will store means, okay, so how this will store means, it will store like 0, okay. Our first index value will start always starts from which one, okay, will always starts from where, 10. This is my one value, so it is going to store it into some heap memory area, okay, 10, and then it is going to store it into like 20. This is my one more value where I have represented with the help of single dimensional array, okay. 10, 20 and 30 also I can add here. So likewise, these are all the values where I am going to represent with the help of single dimensional array, okay. We will discuss about multi-dimensional array as well after the explanation of this single dimensional array. So likewise, all the values is going to store into some heap memory area, okay. This is of single dimensional array, the what currently I am doing, right. So this is how a single dimensional array will looks like here, okay. This is about single dimensional array, and so these values are going to store it into this heap memory area. This is called as heap memory area, okay. This is called as heap memory area, okay. This is called as heap memory area, okay. So now, as I mentioned, these values will store like index based values, right. So always for arrays, the index value will start from always 0 only, okay. Always the index value must and should begin with 0. So likewise, how many values you have mentioned, the size of our array is here. What is the size of array? So totally 5 is my size of array, okay. Array size is 5 here, 2. So likewise, till the last one, 2, and this is for 3, okay, and this is for 4, okay. This is 4. So now I am going to create one single dimensional array where it is having the size of array is 5. So in this array, how it will store means, based upon the index values only, these values are going to store. Where these values going to store means inside one memory area, that is called as heap memory area, okay. That is called as heap memory area, okay. This is called as heap memory area. These are the values where I have represented with the help of single dimensional array. So where in this single dimensional array or any type of array which will always starts from the index value, that is called as 0. If I want to represent any value with the help of single dimensional array means, the always will the index based always will starts from 0 only. If I mentioned 1 as my index value means, it will consider, it will take the value for 20th, okay, and also it will take for index value 2 means it will take the value of 30. So likewise, it is going to be stored. So now let me show you the coding part as well, how it will read the values based upon the index values what we have provided, okay. So now let me show you along with some, which one, along with an example for single dimensional array, okay. Now let me show you single dimensional array example, okay. So now go back to your Eclipse. So here, so how we can define what is a syntax means for single dimensional array, it is of data type, okay. This is how we can represent an array, and this is a syntax, I equals to new integer. So here I am going to representing my which one, my array size, that is 5, okay. This is a syntax for which one, this is a syntax for single dimensional array. So now I am going to initialize all the mentioned size values here. So as I shown in the diagram, so our always the index value will always starts from I of 0th index value, okay. Index based value is 0, which will always starts. So here I can mention here 10, okay. This is our first array value, and what is the next value here, that is index value of 1. This is containing 20, and the next one here is that 2, right. The index value is 2 because I am taking the array size here as 5. So that's why in array, in arrays, the index value will always starts from 0. So next, what is our next, that is called as 3, okay. That is called as 3, then 40, Okay, so likewise I will keep on adding the values based upon my array size. If we enter more than our array size, means it will give you array out of bound index. Okay, index bound, array out of bound index, you will get an exception if we define more values compared to our array size. Okay, so this is how I can representing my single dimensional array along with the index values, and these values are going to store it into some memory area. That memory area is called as what? That memory area is called as heap memory area. Okay, that memory area is called as heap memory area. Okay, any questions, guys? Okay, that memory is called as heap memory area. So now I am going to printing. Okay, how we can print? With the help of system.out.println, saying that length of an array is, length of given array is what? Length of given array is which one? Length of given array is, so how we can get I, okay, dot length. So this is the length method. So where we can get length of that particular array. Okay, where we can get length of the particular array. Okay, why I dot length. Okay, I dot length. So then once it is done, if I want to retrieve individual index based value, based upon my index value, if I want to retrieve the elements, means how we can retrieve? With the help of system.out.println, saying that individual, okay, individual value is, okay, individual value is which one? Individual value is I of, okay, I of 2. Okay, I of 2. So here I can define like this. Okay, I can define like this. So once this is done, if I want to retrieve all the values from that particular array, so now if I mention here I of 2, means it will give me the value saying that 30, it will print in the console. If I am using this length, means, so what does it will do? It will print the whole, what is the array length or array size here. So for that we are using here length method to get the length of the given array. So now if I want to retrieve all the arrays values present inside this particular integer of type array here, means, so what is the syntax? So we are going to use one for loop followed by int j equals to, so j less than length. Okay, j less than length. Okay, j less than length comma j plus plus. Okay, length comma length semicolon j plus plus. So now I am going to print each and every value in the console. That is how I of j. Okay, I of j is a line. So I less than, okay, sorry, j less than I dot length. Okay, because we are getting the length based upon the length. Okay, based upon the length we are getting iteration here. Okay, so for example, if my j value is 0, means, so then what it will do? It will go 0 is less than I dot length. What is my I dot length? For example, it is 5. So here 0 is less than 5. So then what it will do? So whatever the I value is containing, so it is going to print the value for jth index, that is 10. So at the same time again this j value will become 1, means 0 plus plus. So j will become 1 and I of 1, what is the value here? I of 1 means 20. So likewise it will keep on increment until unless the condition is going to be fail. Okay, it will keep on doing the for loop until unless that value is becoming more than the array size, that is 6. Okay, so now let me execute and we will see the output what it will print here. So there is one more array, I don't know where exactly. What is this one? Okay, so now let me execute this line of code. You will see the output here. See, error occur during unable to what? Invalid module name 1 is not a Java identifier. What happened? Invalid module name. Okay, let me execute the same code in different project because I have updated my project. So because of JDKs it is not working properly. Okay, because of JDK my project is not working. So we will try on different project here. Okay, we will work on different project. So for that let me create one class here saying that single dimensional array. Okay, single dimensional array, and we will see whether it is working fine or not here. What happened? Yeah, I need to define this one as well, right? Okay, now let me execute. One more error. Okay, here we can see the length of the given array is 5. Okay, then what is the individual value is here. Okay, that is called as I dot length, right? I dot length we are getting here as 5. Length of the given array is 5. At the same time, individual value is, for example, I of 2, what is the value here? Okay, I of 2 value is 30. Okay, at the same time we are printing all the values which are present inside that particular array. So the likewise, first it will print the 10, and also it is going to print the next value 20, 30, 40, 50. Once this size got increased, means 5 plus 6, right? So during this time there is nothing is there, right? If it is incrementing by, so then it will print to the one array. I mean, it is going to print some error, so that's why it is coming outside of this particular for loop. Means the condition is not satisfied, so then that's the reason why it is coming out of this for loop. So this is how this single dimensional array will looks like. Okay, this is the example for single dimensional array here. Okay, please take this code as well if you want. So what is single dimensional array here means okay, what is single dimensional array and what is multi-dimensional array? So here single dimensional array means where we have only one set of array here, whereas if you go to multi-dimensional array, so where it will looks like rows and columns. Okay, so here it is a single dimensional array, so where it is having only one set of array type, and at the same time this single dimensional array length here is 5. So now I defined, based upon my index value, I defined the values until the last value, that is called as 5. If I define one more value here, we will see. Okay, if I define one more value, what type of error we will get, we will see. 60. Okay, let me execute. We will see which type of error we will get here. So here it is telling one array, which is, see, array index out of bounds exception, because the array size is 5, but we are assigning the index value for 5 as well, because here in the array concept, always the index value will starts with 0 only. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you get the length, means it will give you 5. Means now we are entering one more value to that particular array size. So that's the reason why we are getting array index out of bounds exception. So here index 5 out of bounds for length 5. So we will get a kind of error saying that array index of out of bound exception, means there is something we entered wrongly which is not correct with our actual array size. So during that time we will get this kind of error message. Okay, guys, any other questions for this single dimensional array? Yeah, length 6. No, length, how it becomes 6? Okay, length is always 5, right? Because we have defined already. Okay, we have already defined our array as 5 here, right? Okay, so based upon this we are going to define our array values here. Okay, based upon the array size what we have mentioned, so we need to update. Okay, we need to mention our values as per our array length. Okay, so then if we are adding more than the array length which we given, means it will definitely throw you array index out of bound exception. Okay, so that is the reason why we are getting this error. Okay, that is the reason why we are getting this error. So what kind of error it is? Okay, so what kind of error it is? Can anyone tell me? So what kind of error it is? Okay, what kind of error it is? It is compile time exception or runtime exception. Please let me know from the live chat, guys. So what kind of error it is? During compile time we are getting this error, or during runtime we are getting this exception. Okay, please let me know from where, I mean what kind of exception it is. Okay, so then moving to the next type of array, that is called as multi-dimensional array. Okay, then okay, Jairam Baviri Setti, thank you so much, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Okay, so then moving to the next type of array, that is called as multi-dimensional array. So an array which is having more than one dimensional, that is known as multi-dimensional array. So as you can see here, as of now we have only one dimension, right? So it is only one dimension. If it is multi-dimensional, means we are going to add one more dimension like this. Okay, we are going to add one more dimension like this, saying that integer of, okay, integer of 2, and also I am going to mention here 3. Okay, which means, so what are the possible combinations for this one? Means 0 of 0, okay, 0 0 0 1 0 2 0 0 0, I mean 1 0 1 1 and 1 2. For example, I will tell you from paint application, so how this multi-dimensional array will looks like. Okay, I will tell you from paint application how this multi-dimensional array will looks like. So as of now we have discussed about which one, single dimensional array in this way. So now, so how this multi-dimensional array will looks like means, for example, now what I have provided two dimensions, right? That is 2 and 3. So here, so how this array will calculate or consider our values as, so for example, there are 3 columns totally. Okay, 3 columns. Here always the index value will begins from where? Will always the index value begin from 0. Okay, 0 and 1 and the next one here is 2, right? And the next one here is 2. So y means I am using here 2 by 3. Okay, 2 by 3. So which means you can consider in this way. So there are 0 1 2, which will satisfy our third one, that is for two dimensional array. At the same time, if we are going to mention for the first dimension, means, so how we can define? So in this way, means 0 and 1, it will consider like, so the first one is for 0. Okay, the first one is for 0 and the next one here is for 1. Okay, so now with this combination, how the array, two dimensional array will looks like means, okay, for these combinations, how this two dimensional array will looks like means, first it will take the value for 0 to 0, then it will take the value for 0 and 1, then it will take the value for which one, 0 to 2. First set it will be like this, 0 0 0 1 and 0 2. So next again it will go for taking the one more set, that will start from 1 0, okay, and 1 1 and 1 2. Okay, this is how this multi-dimensional array will looks like. Whereas if you can see the single dimensional, it is not having the second dimensional. Okay, so for two dimensional means where it is having more than one dimension. So now we have two dimensions here, that is 0 dimension and 1 dimension. So how this array will works means 0 0 0 1 0 2, it is our first set. At the same time it is going to consider the next dimension, that is for 1 0 1 1 and 1 2. Okay, this is for first row. Okay, this is for first row values and it is for second row values. Okay, so the syntax here, how it will looks like means, the syntax for multi-dimensional array is integer, okay, 2 dimensions. Okay, you can mention 2 dimensions followed by variable, data type variable, then new integer of which one, that is called as 2 followed by 3. Okay, so this is how the syntax will looks like for multi-dimensional array, which means the first row we have 0, second row we have 1, and the dimensions, so that is first column, second column, third column. So here the integer value is starting from 0th column, first column and second column. Based upon this combination, our array values will looks like 0 0 0 1 and 0 2 and 1 0 1 1 and 1 2. Okay, so here how this values will looks like means I of 0 comma 0, this is our first set, right? 0 comma 0. So then the next combination here is I of 0, what is our second column here? 1. Okay, then what is our first row here? 0. What is our next column here? 2. Okay, the size of the columns here is 3 and the rows here is 2. Okay, the index value starting from 0 and 1. For columns also index value starting from 0 comma 1 comma 2, which means 2 by 3 matrix it is. Okay, it is called as 2 by 3 matrix. So this is how that two-dimensional array will looks like here. Hi Bhushan, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Hi Gunigani Sivashankar, thank you so much. Without using new keyword, what another way of declaring array without using new keyword? Okay, I will explain you about after this explanation, definitely. So next, so this is how we can make the combinations, means this is how this two-dimensional array will looks like, and this is called as 2 by 3 matrix. For the set of first set of array here is 0 0 0 1 0 2 as I mentioned here. So for the next set of dimension here is 1 0 1 1 1 2, means row column for the first row and row column for the second row as well. So this is how this multi-dimensional array is going to consider all the values where we represented in this particular multi-dimensional array. Okay, so here first for loop is for identifying the number of column, number of rows, and the second column is second row is going for second for loop is going to identify for number of columns. Means with the help of for loop we are going to iterate based upon the row, based upon the column we are getting the values. So in that way we need to define two for loops here. For the first for loop, what it will do, it will define for calculating how many rows. Then based upon the rows we are going to iterating with the help of one more for loop where it will design for column values. Okay, with the help of two for loops we are going to get the values. Okay, now let me show you from the Eclipse here. Okay, let me delete everything. Okay, so far we have discussed about which one, single dimensional array. So now I have discussed about multi-dimensional array as well. Okay, now I have discussed about multi-dimensional array as well. So if I increased the array size here, if I defined new integer of 5 is my array size. So if I added one more value to that particular array size, means which is greater than 1, so then we are getting the below exception, that is called as array index out of bounds exception. Okay, the exception here is array index out of bounds exception. So now I am going to show you how this multi-dimensional array example will looks like. So far what we have discussed, I am going to show you that one. Okay, that is called as multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array which is also having public static void main. I have already discussed about this public static void main method in a clear way, along with the parameters or arguments which is accepting for that main method. Okay, so now let me create, based upon our example I am going to create two-dimensional array now. So the data type here is integer data type which is accepting two-dimensional array. Okay, then equals to new integer of what is my rows here 2 and my columns here is 3, which is 2 by 3 matrix, 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, so here you can see we have two dimensional arrays here, two set of arrays. Okay, so whereas if you come to single dimensional array, means how we define, what is the syntax here, this is how we can define for single dimensional array. Then it is for multi-dimensional array where it is having two set of arrays, that is first one is for rows and the next one is for columns. For example, after defining the values for this particular two-dimensional array, if I want to retrieve the values, means we have to use two for loops. One for loop is for retrieving the to identifying the number of rows present inside that particular set of array. Then the next for loop here is, it is used to identify the number of columns present inside that particular set of array. Okay, so now let me define values with the help of which one, two dimensional array. So here, as I mentioned, 0 comma 0 is our first set of array, right? The value here is 10. Okay, the value here is 10, for example. Then what it is, okay, sorry, I have defined here as I, right? Yeah. So next, in the same way, I am going to take one more set. In the same way, I am going to take one more set. Then I am going to take our next set of array. Okay, 0 0 0 1 0 2, right? 0 0 0 1 0 2. This is containing the values like 10 10 10 10, and the next set of array is containing which one, our next row, that is 1 0 and 1 1. Column is 1, row is 1, and then row is also the same row, and the values will increase here, because always the index value will start from 0 only. Okay, this is how we can define for multi-dimensional array here. Okay, this is how we can define for multi-dimensional array. So now I have initialized all the values with respect to the dimensional array what we are using, that is called as 2D array. Yes, we can define in that way as well, Banu. So later I am going to explain you about that one as well. Okay, we have few, I mean, different methods to define any array type. Okay, so I am going to discuss about later in this video. Okay, so now I have defined all my array values for two-dimensional array. So now what I am going to do, as I mentioned, if I want to get the values based upon the row, based upon the column, we have to use two for loops here. The first for loop, what it will do, it will count how many number of rows. Based upon rows, we are going to getting the column values as well. Okay, for that, let me create one first for loop. It is for which one? It is for rows calculation or getting the row values. Okay, int j equals to 0 followed by j less than length. Okay, followed by j less than, sorry, j less than I dot length, right? I dot length. Okay, j less than I dot length, and also I am going to increment. Okay, so now inside this for loop, as of now we defined to get only the row values here. How to identify number of rows? Okay, so then I am going to define for number of columns we have. So what is the for loop here? That is called as, I am taking one more variable of type integer, data type int k equals to which one? Int k equals to 0 is my starting value. At the same time, k is less than or equals to which one? I dot, okay, I dot length. Okay, k is less than or equals to I dot length. After that, incrementing by 1, that is k plus plus. Okay, so then after that, I am going to print each and every value present inside that particular two-dimensional array. So how we can print? With the help of system.out.println. So now what is our integer variable here? I, right? With the help of this I variable, okay, the help of this I variable, I am going to define which one? What is our first row? That is called as j variable. And what is our next row? I mean next variable here, that is for which one? That is for k, right? Okay, that is for k. So I am going to define one more array to get the values based upon the row and column values. Okay, so now this is telling about 2 by 3 matrix. Okay, this is for rows and this is for columns. Okay, this is for rows and this is for columns. So now if I execute this program, we will see how it will print. Okay, here we can see, now I can able to retrieve all the values present for each and every set of array here. This is for first set or first row, and this is for next set of array and next row, that is called as first row. Okay, so in this way we can get the values for the given two-dimensional array. Okay, this is how we will get the values for the given two-dimensional array. And also as as asked by the Baviri Setti or someone, right? Baviri Setti, without using new keyword, I am going to show you now. So for that, let me take one more example. Okay, without using new keyword as you want, right? So now without, I can mention here without new. So let me take one more class where it is having public static void main method. So now, so how we can define here? Okay, now I am going to define the same dimensional array that is called as two dimensional array. This time I am not using new keyword here. Okay, this time I am not using new keyword while defining the which one? While defining the arrays. Okay, while defining the array values here. So I guess we have to use without new keyword also here. I mean, we need to use new keyword, but the representation here is different. The array what I am going to represent, that is in different way. Okay, so in the same way, int, okay, int of type variable, this is one set that is called as which one? That is called as, let me take, this is how we can define two dimensional arrays. Okay, so now let me take one more inside this one. Okay, so now I am going to mention the values for the first set of array that is called as 1 comma 2 comma 3. So then I am going to define the values for next also, that is called as 4 comma 5 comma 6. For example, this is my one array. So next, what is our next two dimensional array here is y. For example, y, it is also having two dimensional array where it is accepting, okay, the same, okay, the same, like here I am printing 4 comma 5 comma 6, and then here I am adding 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, so now I am going to take one more array, so where I am going to initialize, okay, z equals to, okay, new int of, what is our first one? 2 comma 3. Okay, 2 comma 3. Okay, 2 comma 3. So this is our two dimensional array. We can represent it in this way also. We can represent it in this way also. So where I am using, it is one two dimensional array where it is having three columns, 1 2 3 4 5 6. In the same way I am taking one more set of array, that is also one two dimensional array. So now I am taking the values here 4 5 6, it is for one set, and 1 2 3, it is for the next set. Okay, so next, what is our next step now? So the same way where I have used, right, the for loops, I am going to use the same for loop here as well. Let me take the same for loop and let me use it here. So these are the basic programs, guys. Please, there won't be much coding part is required. I am not telling in a detailed way on explaining each and everything for each set. I am just telling what is what. Okay, so there will be some difference on explanation also. So these are some small programs, so that's why I am not taking more time. I am telling whatever I am writing, that's it. Okay, if we move to collections, so why we are using collections rather than the arrays? So during that time I will explain you in detail about collections, because as it is an array concept, I am not going to discuss more about on how I am writing the code. Okay, it is just for your reference only. Means there is one more approach to define this two dimensional array, there is one more approach to define one single dimensional array. So these two only we can define with the help of arrays concept. So in that way only I am explaining. So don't consider I am not explaining in detail about each and every set what I am taking here. Okay, actually it will give you only the overview about the array concept here, but later when we are discussing about collections, why we are using collections rather than arrays. Okay, so and what are the advantages of collection and different types of collections we have, what is collection framework, so those and all I am going to discuss after explaining about these particular codes. But you can note down all these codes if you want for your reference. Okay, you can take all this code if you want your, I mean if you want for your reference you can take, not an issue. Okay, so here I am going to take the x dot length, first set I am taking the length. So in the same way how we can take the length, it is for the first rows, right? Okay, then what is our next array here? Int y. So here also I am going to take y dot length. Okay, here also I am going to take y dot length. Okay, y dot length. So then j plus plus and k plus plus. So now what I will do, I am using one more line number 9 here. So where I am defining my array syntax here with two dimensional array. It is for rows and it is for columns, right? So to do that one, I want to do like z of, okay, z of which one? What is our first for loop here? J. Okay, then what is our next for loop here? K. Okay, what is our next for loop? K. So equals to, so now I want to get the value based upon the 1, I am going to get the value for 4, based upon the 2 I am going to get the value for 5, based upon the 3 I am going to get the value for 6. So likewise I am going to print, means 1 plus 4 what, 2 plus 5 what, 3 plus 6 what. So now I am going to add all these together. Okay, from two different two dimensional arrays I am going to adding. Okay, I am adding two dimensional arrays here. Okay, for the first set what I have defined the values, these values I am going to adding with the next set of two dimensional array, that is y. So how we can perform addition operation on two dimensional arrays. Okay, so first we need to define two set of two dimensional arrays in this way. So now I am going to add these two dimensional arrays together. So how we can do means z of, okay, z of this is my first row and z of this is my first row for for the next set of two dimensional array, that is called as y. So now I am going to add this one. So how we can add? With the help of, okay, with the help of integer of type variable x. Okay, with the help of integer of type variable x. So how we can do means j, okay, j k, right, j k. So with the help of plus operator I am going to add these two. Okay, y j k, okay, y of j k. So now this is how we can execute, and then I am going to print, right, addition of two matrices is, so let me add one line here, addition of matrices. Okay, addition of matrices, what is our values after addition, what we are getting. So from where we will get? With the help of z variable, right, with the help of z variable we are going to get the values, that is called as z of, okay, z of which one? Z of j, okay, z of j and z of k. Now I am printing the values, right? 1 second. Okay, let me do some backspace here. Addition of two matrices here is, okay, let me concatenate. So now z of j comma k, right? Now z of j comma k, z of z comma k. Okay, so this is how I am going to add these two matrices together. So this is one set of two dimensional array which is having 1 2 3 4 5 6, and also this is one more set of two dimensional array which is having 4 5 6 and 1 2 3. So now I am adding these two dimensional arrays together. So how I am adding means, I have defined one two dimensional array here, so where it is having 2 by 3, which means 2 rows and 3 columns here. For each set we have 2 rows and 3 columns. At the same time for the another set also we have 2 rows and 3 columns. So after that what I am doing, for the first set of array I am using one for loop which is getting the rows, which means 2 rows, and in the same way based upon my 2 rows I am going to get the values here, means in the form of columns. Once if I get the values, I am adding it into two dimensional arrays here with the help of row by column, mean j by k. Then I am going to take individual values, x of j comma k, what is the value I am getting here, then y of j comma k. So what is the value for j here is 4, okay, and what is the value for k, that is called as 1. So in this way I am going to add these two dimensional arrays together. Now we will see how it will print. Okay, see, you can see here the first set, 1 plus 4 what, 5, 2 plus 5 what, 7, 3 plus 6 what, 9. In the same way 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 2 7, 6 plus 3 9. The overall dimensional array here is 2-dimensional array which is having 2 rows and 3 columns. For the first row will define always for which one? Rows only. The next for loop is defining for columns. After getting the values, I am going to define inside a multi-dimensional array that is called as 2-dimensional array. Whatever the values I am getting here, right, after doing for loop, I am going to add inside this particular 2-dimensional array for x, and after getting the values for the next set, I am going to store into one more array that is called as y of 2-dimensional array. Then I am adding together 1 plus 4 5, 2 plus 5 7, 3 plus 6 9. So till here the first set is completed. Then what is our next set here? 4 5 6. Then I am adding here one more time 4 plus 1 what, 5 plus 2 what, 6 plus 3 what. So accordingly I am printing here. Okay, accordingly I am printing here. Okay, for example, if I want to find out, okay, hi Pinky Dangi official, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Hi Akbar Baba Sheikh, thank you so much for visiting the channel. So now I am going to show you how to find out duplicate elements present in an array. Okay, if I want to find out any duplicate elements present in an array, means how we can return the logic here. Okay, so for that also I am going to use two for loops along with the set what I am taking the values defined for 2-dimensional arrays. I am going to consider the same values here, but this program is for to find out duplicate values or duplicate elements present in the array, right? So that's why I am going to make some code changes here. So for that, let me create one more class where we can find out duplicate elements present in the given array. So how to do that one? That is for duplicate. Okay, that is for duplicate is my class name, which is also having one main method. So here I am going to write the code for finding the duplicate elements present in the given array. If you want, you can take this code as well. After completion of explanation, I am going to provide you this code. Okay, so now in the same way, so how we can define, this time it is a single dimensional array. So now I am taking two single dimensional arrays. So where I am going to find, okay, where I am going to find duplicate values present in the two single dimensional arrays. Okay, I am going to find out duplicate values present in the given arrays. To do that one, I am going to create two single dimensional arrays, the first array and the second single dimensional array. Now I am going to compare these two. If there are any duplicate elements, we are going to print. Okay, if there are any duplicate elements which are repeating multiple times, I am going to print all those array elements inside our console output. So how we can do, we will see. Okay, so first let me define one single dimensional array with the help of two flower brackets. We can define this array declaration with the help of flower brackets as well. Okay, so this is our one dimensional array, and let me create one more single dimensional array with some different name. Okay, that is having for example 5 comma 6 comma 8 comma 9 comma 1 comma 2. Okay, so here you can see 1 2 4 5, and now I am also comparing with the second array. 5 is there and 4 is there and 1 is there and 2 is there. So now I am going to find out what are all the duplicate elements present inside these two single dimensional arrays. Okay, so now how we will do, we will see. So for that, let me create one for loop where it will, okay, where it will do. First how we will do means, first I want to get the length of the first array. Again I am going to create one more for loop to find out the length of the second array. So based upon that, I am going to use one equals method here, or equals operator. So with the help of equals operator, I am going to filter out how many duplicate elements present inside that particular given arrays. Okay, so for that, let me use one for loop here. This is for first array. Okay, int I equals to 0, and then I am taking the length of the array for the first array, that is called as array dot length. Okay, int I equals to, what's happening, okay, here I missed out one semicolon. Okay, so for int I equals to 0. Okay, for int I equals to 0, I less than, okay, what is my first array name? Array dot length. Okay, then incrementing by 1, because I want to increment. If you want to go back, I mean if I want to proceed with the next element present inside that array, so that's why I am using here I plus plus. It will iterate for each and every array element, I mean it will iterate for each and every element present inside that particular given array, that is called as array. So then, okay, let me use one more for loop inside this first for loop, because I want to compare, right? So if I want to compare means we need to define our for loop inside that particular array only, I mean that is first array only. Okay, so this is for getting the values for first array. So how we can compare? If I want to compare means we can use equals operator. So for that reason only I have used one for loop here, so where I am getting the array dot length. Okay, so based upon this, inside the same for loop I am going to use one more for loop for the second array what we have defined. Okay, that is for int j equals to 0, and then the next one is for j less than, what is our next array type here? That is called as array2 dot, what is happening, int j equals to 0. Okay, j less than array2 is my second array name, getting the length array2 dot length. After that j plus plus. Okay, after that j plus plus. So now I am going to use one condition here with the help of if statement, that is called as if my array of, okay, if my array of I, means array of I here is this value, right? For the first array we are going to use one variable of type integer data type, so the same I need to mention here. If array, okay, if array of I, if array of I equals to, what is our next array? Array of 2. Okay, what is the value for array of 2 is j, right? Then if these two are equal, then print the value. Okay, if array of I double equals to array 2 of j means I am going to print for each and every array here, that is system dot out dot println, I mean system dot out dot println array of, what is our value here? J. Okay, so first if you can see int I equals to 0, so what is the length here? 5. 0 is less than 5, condition is satisfied, again it will go inside. Okay, 0 is less than 5, currently the I value is 0 here, then it is going to the next array, then j equals to 0. Okay, j equals to 0, j less than, here also the size is 6. Okay, 0 is less than 6. Okay, if array of I, if 0 is double equals to array of 2 of j, so now the j value here also 0, right? If both are equals to means then print that value, what is the value there? J of j equals to 0, what it is containing, it is going to take the value, because it is already present inside this one. So again it will go one more time, 1 is less than array 2 dot length, 1 is less than 6, yes, condition is true, again it will check, again it will check, right? So we have 0 here, 0 is equals to array of 2, what is our j value now for second array? 1. 0 is equal to 1, condition is failed, again it will go here. Okay, so then it will take one more value, it will increment by 2, 2 is less than 6, again it will come, what is our array of I? 0. 0 is double equals to 6, condition got false, I mean condition got failed, it will come outside this if condition. Again j value become 3, 3 is less than 6, condition true, again what is our I value here? 0 only. This I value is not going to be changed until unless this condition is going to be false. Once 7 is less than become 6 means the condition is false, right? So during that time only this I value is going to increment by 1. Okay, during that time only this I value is going to be increment by 1. So let me explain it one more time. So first what we are doing, I am taking int I equal to 0 here, 0 is less than, what is the length of the first array? 5, right? 0 is less than 5, condition is true here. Again I am taking one more for loop where I am doing it for second array type. Okay, that is j equals to 0, 0 is less than length. What is the length here? 6, condition is true. Then what it will do, anyway our I value here is 0, right? So now 0 is equals to 0. Okay, 0 is equals to 0, correct, right? So now array of 2 j value 0, what is our value here? 5. Okay, so now it will print you the 5 value. So again it will go back and this time it will take j value is 1. Okay, j value as 1, 1 is less than which one? 6, condition is true. So here our array of I value will be always 0 until unless the j plus plus is going to be incremented by 7. Okay, so now I value is 0 and array of 2, array 2 of j value 1, right? So this time it will take the 6. Okay, so here 0 is double equals to 6, condition false, coming outside of this if condition, and this j value will become 2, right? J value will become 2. So at this time I value is 0, double equals to array of 2 of 2. What is our 2 value here? 8. So again the condition false, 0 is double equals to 8, condition is false. Again it will go inside this for loop. Again this 2 value become 3. Okay, 2 value 2 plus plus means j value become 3. Again I value is 0 only, always 0 is double equals to 3, condition false, come outside of this loop. So likewise 4. Okay, 4 it will become. So what is the 0 1 2 3 4, 0 1 2 3 4, our fourth value here is 1. Okay, now I value is 0 only, 0 is not equals to 1, then it will come outside of this for loop. Means for each and every value it is going to search for the first array. In this way it will keep on incrementing. Okay, so once this j value become 7, because our j value size here is 6, right? Array second array size here is 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, length is 6. If it is becoming 7 means 7 is less than 6, condition is false, it will come outside of this for loop, and again I value becomes 1 now. So what exactly our I value is now here? 2. Okay, so if I value is 2 means it is going to compare with the next for loop which will applicable for the array 2. So likewise it will keep on continuing until unless it is going to be terminated from first for loop at the same time for the second for loop as well. Okay, now let me execute. We will see whether it is printing the duplicate values or not. What happened? Array index out of bound length. So what happened here? We will see. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5, and the next one array here is 5 6 8 4 1 2. Okay, 5 6 8 4 1 2. Then int if array of I double equals to j, correct only. System dot out dot println of which one we need to take here? Array 2, right? Which one we need to take? Array 2, sorry, array only, correct, right? Then why it is giving array index out of bound exception? Array size is same only, 5 and 3 6 here. So but it is not depending upon the size what we are mentioning here, right? So correct only. Two arrays I have defined. First array's length here is 5, second array length here is 6. So then I am using one for loop to get the first array all the values based upon the index values. Int I equals to 0, I less than array dot length I plus plus, then followed by one more for loop that is called as for int j equals to 0, correct only. Int j equals to 0, j is less than array 2 dot length, okay, j plus plus. If okay, correct only, right? If array of I double equals to array of 2 comma j, so then why it is not printing here? The logic what we have used correct only, right? The logic what we have used correct only, but I'm not sure why it is giving failure here. Guys, anyone have any idea here? Array dot length minus 1, where array dot length minus 1? For which array Kannula Murali? For the second array -1, obviously for the second array only, I guess. No, it is not printing, right? It is printing only 5. 5 is there, 4 4 is here, 1 1 is here. Okay, 1 also there. Then how it is not printing for remaining? Okay, 1 second. Yeah, first it will be applicable for okay. Yeah, I got it now. Okay, length -1, it is considering only for the second array here. If I used this one, means it is comparing only for the 5 4 1, but it is not going to take for this one because I am using -1 here. Okay, so that's why let me use it for 1 as suggested by Murali. We will see whether it will be printing or not. Where it is printing? It is not printing, right? Thanks sir for conducting session on collection. No, I am not able to find the difference here, Murali. So far everything is fine. First one, array length -1 means why it will take up to here only, right? 4 3 2 1. If I mention for this one also, it will take up to here only. So when it is comparing 5 6 8 4 1, okay, 4 is one duplicate value here, and 1 is 5 is also one duplicate. Okay, if I mention in this way, length -1 means it will take 1 2 3 4, right? It will take 1 2 3 4. So again, if I go to the next array, means if I use -1 here, means -1 what? 5 6 5 6 8 4. Okay, 5 6 8 4, then it will compare, right? So then it will compare 5 comma 4. I'm not sure how come it is not working. Yes, 1 2 1 4 only it will print, right? Okay, anyway, let me modify these array values and we will see again. Okay, and we will see this time with different values. Okay, nothing, the coding part wise everything is fine. If you want, you can also check by going through each and every array value or element present inside this first array and second array. But let me define some different values here. Randomly we can pick, saying that for example 8 comma 9 comma and 1, we will take one duplicate value and we will define one more duplicate value and take 7, and also we will define one more 4 value here. So now it is containing totally three duplicates, 1 2 4. Okay, in the same way for first set of array 1 2 4. Okay, totally there are 3 duplicate values, and let me run it now again. Why it is giving like this? Three and five. I don't know, it is considering only for array 2 only always. Any idea about this one, guys? Please let me know from the live chat if you have any idea, because the logic what I am performing here the same only, but I don't know why it is giving array length index out of bound exception here. Okay, we will do what we will do. we will define 0 is less than -1. Yes, non-duplicate values only. Yeah, it is showing non-duplicate values here. So it is showing non-duplicate values. If that is the case, we have to get 8 comma 9 as well, right? And also we need to get 6 as well here. Okay, 8 9 6 it have to be printed, but here you can see 3 comma 5, it is only for first array. Okay, it is showing for first array only 3 comma 5. I'm not sure how it come. I want to find out duplicate values, but it is printing non-duplicate values, right? Int array, can you declare array like, yeah, in both the ways. However, if we are defining, if j value is 6, then what is I? If j value is 6, what? Yeah, here you can see 3 6 7. Okay, totally 7 minus 1 6 here. Okay, so these 6 values will comes here, and we are iterating inside this for loop for the second array. So here the j array means 5. Okay, let me do by defining the same array size here, and we will try it one time whether it is printing or not. At least we have two duplicate items here, right? That is 1 comma 2. We will see without taking any -1 here. Okay, 3 comma 5. How come 3 comma 5? Okay, 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 okay. See, now you got in point, right? Now you got my point. So there is one small change I have defined here. Okay, instead of I kept here as j. So that's the reason why it is not calculating the duplicate values. Okay, now let me do values. Okay, now let me do with the same values. I got to know why it is not working. Instead of j, I mentioned here I. Okay, so now let me execute. So now you can see there is duplicate elements 1, there is duplicate elements 2, there is duplicate element 4. Okay, first set we have duplicate elements mean 1 2 4. In the same way, if you compare for the second set also 1 2 4, if I add one more 5 here, you will see it is printing 5 or not. Okay, so far it is printing 3 duplicate values. If I add 5 for the both the arrays, whether it is printing or not, we will check. Okay, here you can see it is printing 5 as well. Okay, I have always concentrated on the first type of for loop only, so to print. So that's why we need to mention here as I. Okay, we need to mention here as I, because we are comparing the first array with the second array, right? So whatever the value we are getting, we have to define it for I only. If we are mentioning here as j, means it is always remains in the same array only. It is not going to compare with the first array, even if we performed equals also. So that's why we need to consider here as I value as well. Okay, so here you can see it is printing correctly now. So only one change I made here. Instead of j, I have mentioned earlier, here is I. So that's the reason why it is printing which one? Only j values without duplicate values. Okay, you can try from your end, guys. So while performing this for loops, right, you can try from your end. For int I equals to 0, what is the length? Okay, then go inside. So this I value is not going to increment by 1 until unless the second for loop is going to be completed. Once the second for loop is completed, then only this I value will become 1. Again, if I value is 1, again it will come to here. Once the j value is going to be terminated, then only it is going to take for I value as 2. Okay, so that's why based upon our I value only we are going to define the values here. So then it is working properly fine, no issues. You can take this code if you want. Okay, so it is for how to find duplicate elements present in an array. Okay, how to find duplicate elements. Okay, how to find duplicate elements present in an array. Okay, this is the code for finding the duplicate elements present in the array. This is also one important interview questions during your interviews. Okay, this is the logic. So now it will become 5 also, because these are all the elements present on both the arrays. Okay, that is what we written the program as of now. For that reason only we changed that I value to j value to I here inside this array of I. Okay, so now I am moving to collections concept. Okay, now I am moving to collections concept. Okay, so here we have to remember always arrays will accept similar data types only, or similar data items only. Okay, means arrays will always allow homogeneous data items only, or homogeneous data types, which means similar data types. Arrays are not going to allow different data types or different data items, or heterogeneous data items or heterogeneous data types. Okay, array will always allow similar data types only. Okay, so now we are going to which one, discussing about collections concept. Okay, collections. So as we discussed already, in arrays always the array size is fixed. Okay, in arrays always the array size is fixed, means in arrays, okay, it will always allow similar data types, means same kind of data types only accepted by arrays, that is homogeneous data items. To overcome these drawbacks, we are using collections concept. Okay, to overcome these drawbacks, we are using collections concept here. So in arrays the array size is fixed always. At the same time, this arrays will always allow only similar data types or homogeneous data types. So to overcome these two drawbacks, we are going to use one concept called as collections. Okay, we are going to use one concept called as collections. So here collections is nothing but group of objects stored in well defined manner. I will show you how these group of objects are defined in well defined manner. Okay, so please guys, please support the stream. So if you have any questions so far, please let me know from the chat. Please guys, if you want our previous code what I have discussed, please ask me. Please guys, if you want our previous programs what we discussed, if you want, please let me know. I will keep this Eclipse code for your reference, so that you can write the same code, or you can take the screenshots as well, because these are very important interview questions, saying that find out duplicate values present inside the array. Okay, so please guys, please let me know and interact with me as well. And Arun Kumar, BJ, and Kannula Murali and other guys, if you are there, please interact with me. If you have any extra notes or something with us, I mean with more examples about this array concept, so please let me know from the live chat if you are expecting the same. So before moving to our actual collections concept, so please guys, please please interact with me if you want collections concept, or do you want me to wait for some time? If you have any questions or not, please guys. How find array duplicates are, yeah, that is where, right, the program where I shown you, the program you can write it for yourself, Chandramohan. So this is how we can find out the elements which are duplicate in the given arrays. Okay, so just now we have compared, right? We have taken two arrays, that is the first integer of type array and integer of type array 2. Okay, integer of type array 2. Now I am comparing these two arrays by writing two different for loops for two different arrays. So then finally I am printing array of type I. So to comparing, I am using one equal operator here. Please go ahead with collections. Yeah, you can find it on my screen only, Chandramohan. It is always visible for you now. Okay, later if I move to my actual like collections concept, I am not able to show you this Eclipse screen. Please take this screenshot if you want, so that you can return in your notes. Okay, collections in arrays. Okay, as we know already, in arrays, array size is always fixed. You can see I have defined array size is 1 2 3 4 5, or also we can define with the help of single dimensional or two dimensional arrays, that array size always be fixed. If I vary this array size, means we are getting some what kind of exception? Array index out of bound exception. Okay, and also these arrays will always allow only similar data types or homogeneous data items only. So to overcome these drawbacks, we are following a concept called collections concept. Okay, so here collections is nothing but a group of objects which are stored in well defined manner, and collections are dynamically growable. Okay, collections will always dynamically changing or dynamically growable. So then it will accept different kind of data types. If you can see arrays, means it will always accepts only similar data types. If you can consider collections, means it will always accept different types of or different kinds of data types. In collections, we have collection and collections concept. Okay, in collections we have collection and collections concept. Okay, so here collection is a top level interface of Java collection framework. Okay, here collection is a top level interface of Java collection framework, whereas if you come to collections, means it is an utility class. Okay, whereas if you come to collections, means it is an utility class. The entire the collection, the Java collection framework will divided into three types. Okay, the entire collection framework will divided into three types. Mainly the types here is list, map and set. So let me open our paint application. From there I will show you in detailed way. Okay, from there I will show you in detailed way. Okay, please guys, so this is a very important concept. Please, if you have any questions also, you can ask me from the live chat. Okay, you can ask me from the live chat, not an issue. So paint application, let me take this paint and let me minimize this automation screen and go back to here. And okay, in collections we have two concepts called as collection and collections. Okay, collection and collections. Okay, collections and collections. We have in collections we have collection and collections. So here this collection, so whatever I am discussing currently, this collection is a top level interface of collection, Java collection framework. Okay, this collection is a top level, okay, top level interface of Java collection framework. And collections, if you come to collections, it is an utility class. Okay, if you come to collections, means it is an utility class. If you come to collections, means it is an utility class. Okay, so there are collection will accept any kind of it will accept different types of data types. At the same time, in collections we have collection and collections. So here collection is a top level interface of Java collection framework, whereas collections is an utility class. Okay, the entire Java collection framework divided into three types. Okay, divided into three types. The entire Java collection framework divided into three types. The first one here is list, the next one here is map, the next one here is set. Okay, the next one here is set. So collection and collections. In collections we have collection and collections. So collection is a top level interface of Java collection framework, whereas collection is an utility class. So the entire Java collection framework divided into which one? The entire Java collection framework divided into three types. The first type here is list, the second type here is map, then the last one type here is set. Okay, list, map, set. So these are all the three interface which are present inside our Java collection framework. Okay, that is list. Okay, that is list, and the next one here is what? Next one here is what is our next interface? Map. What is our next one? That is called as set. Okay, that is called as set. Okay, that is called as set. Okay, list, map, set. So these three all are interfaces only. These three all are interfaces only. In Selenium point of view, we are going to discuss list as array list class. Okay, so from Selenium point of view, we are going to discuss this list as array list class. Okay, in Selenium point of view, we are going to discuss this list as a which one? Array list class. Okay, in Selenium point of view, we are going to discuss this list as array list class. Okay, in Selenium point of view, we are going to discuss this list as array list class. Okay, this list as array list class. From Selenium point of view, we are going to discuss about this particular list as which one? We are going to discuss about this array list as list as array list class. In map, we will discuss about hash map. It is a class. In set interface also, we have a class that is called as hash set. We are going to discuss about list as an array list class, map as an hash map class, set as hash map, set as hash set class. Okay, so here we have iterator also, and also we have list iterator also, that is called as iterator interface and list iterator interface. Okay, so in map, okay, in map we are going to discuss about, because map is an interface, right? So hash map. Okay, hash map, and this is for set, hash set. Okay, hash map and hash set, these two are the different classes. And list we are going to discuss about like array list class. At the same time, inside this list interface, we have two more interfaces, that is called as which one? Iterator and list iterator. Iterator and list iterator. Okay, iterator and list iterator. Okay, so from Selenium point of view, we are going to discuss about this list interface as array list class. From Selenium point of view, we are going to discuss about this map interface as hash map class. We are going to discuss about set interface as hash set class. At the same time, we have two more interfaces present inside this list interface. The first one here is iterator, and the next one here is list iterator. Okay, so these are the main interfaces and the classes we have inside our which one? Collections concept. As we discussed, we are going to discuss about this list interface as array list class from Selenium point of view, right? So here, what is array list class? First of all, array list is a class and which will represents the sequential collection of objects. Okay, and this array list class which will represents the sequence of collection of objects. And at the same time, array list class uses dynamically elements. Okay, and at the same time, array list uses the dynamical elements. We can store all these elements in dynamic way. Okay, we can store all these elements in a dynamic way. Which elements whatever the values we are taking, that should be in a dynamic way. At the same time, array list will allows the duplicate values. Okay, at the same time, this array list will allow the duplicate values. Any question guys till now so far about collection and why we are using collection? At the same time, what is list and what is map and what is set and what is collection framework and what is collections? Okay, please let me know from the live chat guys. If you have any questions so far, please let me know. So now I am discussing about array list. So in Selenium point of view, we are going to deal list interface as array list class. So what is array list class here? It is a class and it will represents the sequential collection of objects. At the same time, this array list class will use dynamic elements. At the same time, we can store all these dynamic elements in a which one? In a dynamic way only. At the same time, this array list class will allows the duplicate values as well. Okay, please let me know guys, please let me know from the live chat. Come on guys, I'm continuously speaking but no one is responding from the live chat. So far this collection what I have discussed, types of interfaces and types of classes. So I will explain you each and every class in a detailed way, saying that what is array list class, what is hash map class, what is hash set class and everything. So before that, I am expecting someone to be respond from the live chat, either it is from Bhushan or either it is from BJ, either it is from Chandramohan, either it is from Kannula Murali, either it is from any one of the live chat. Hi, can you give a real time scenario for each case before we go through these concepts? Yeah, for real time scenarios, okay, I will provide you some small programs, Mr. BJ. If I want to deal with these concepts, means so I can do, okay, with the help of some dynamic web tables. Okay, with the help of some dynamic web tables from Selenium point of view, how we can use this hash map, how we can use this hash set, how we can use this array list classes. We will discuss about all these three in our upcoming live sessions. Okay, where I am currently looking for dynamic web tables as well as for dynamic uh, reading and writing operations from the Excel documents. Okay, so to handle these two scenarios, we have to depend upon the collections, saying that array list or hash map or hash set. Okay, so please try to understand. So in my upcoming live sessions, I will make one session how I am using these collections concepts inside my not able to write 503 getting what Bhushan. So we will discuss about these hash map, hash set and list class in our upcoming live sessions. So where I want to have one website at least to show for you. Okay, so please, that's the reason. So for now I will discuss about in a concept wise along with some basic small programs for each and every class and interfaces from collections. So after that we will discuss about the remaining, like with the real time scenarios, how we can handle the dynamic web tables with the help of these collections concept, saying that list or map or set. At the same time, we can discuss about automating the read operations with the help of collections concept. Okay, what Bhushan? Not able to write 503 getting, I am not able to understand what you are telling. So anyway, so now that is about array list class. Okay, array list class, I will show you one more example for this. Oh, okay, okay. Because you are mentioning some special characters or emotes. I don't know. By defaultly, YouTube will do that one. Okay. Okay. Please, if you want notes about this array list class, I will give you notes as well. So how it will be? Please let me know, guys. So first of all, as I mentioned, array list is a class and it will represent the sequential collection of objects. At the same time, array list class uses dynamical elements where we can store all these elements in a dynamic way. At the same time, array list will allow the duplicate values as well, and how we can represent the array list here, what is the syntax. Okay, or else better I can write some notes. If you want guys, please let me know guys. I am not able to get some information from you people. If you want notes also, I can write it now. So for what I have discussed, please respond from the live chat as soon as possible guys. We are running like almost 2 hours, near to 2 hours of time. So please, if you want notes, or I can explain what is what, something. Yeah, Bhushan, let me know from the live chat. No, I am expecting. Okay, I am expecting. Yes, it will follow insertion order. No, okay. So I am, what I am asking, whether you want me to write some notes or how it will be. Okay, then we will discuss about this concept on evening session, because I want you people to interact with me more, because these and all very important points. So that's why I'm asking if you want to write some notes or not. Otherwise, I can discuss about orally about this array list and everything. Okay, that is what I am expecting from you guys. Okay, because I can tell in oral way also, but for my intention here is you also need to some write some points about the concept what I am discussing, so that you can also understand what we are discussing currently. So I can just take one program. Okay, so I can explaining, we will making notes by ourselves. Okay then. So here array list means, again I am telling guys, so that I will go to our programs after the explanation about each and everything. Okay, array list, it is a class first of all, and it will represent the sequential collection of objects. At the same time, array list class uses the dynamical web elements to store in a dynamic way. At the same time, this array list will allow the duplicate values as well. And how to represent array list, you know or don't know, please let me know from the live chat. What is a syntax for array list? If you people know, yeah, okay, so let me note it down, the array list syntax here. Okay, how the array list syntax will looks like. Array list, okay, array list of string. Okay, array list of string followed by one variable and new array list of string. Okay, new array list of string. This is a syntax. Okay, this is a syntax for array list here. Okay, this is a syntax, means in this particular scenario what I have written the syntax, right? In this, you don't need to provide any size at the time of declaration. We are not going to provide any size like how we provided for arrays, because array size is always fixed, whereas if you come to array list, it is not the fixed size. Okay, so that's why we no need to provide any size at the time of declaration. Okay, at the time of declaration means this one only. At the time of declaration, we are not going to provide any size of the array list. And also for adding the data, we are using one method that called as, which method? That is called as for adding. Okay, for adding data. So how we can add with the help of add method, we can add some data into our array list. At the same time, here in the arrays we already saw that to get the length of the particular given array we are using length method, but in this array list or collections we don't have length method. Okay, if you want to find out the length means we can use size method. Okay, to find out to find out okay, to find out length in collections, to find out length in collections we are using which one? The method name is here size, right? The method name here is size. Okay, to find out length in collections we are using size method, but if you want to find out length in arrays we are using length method, right? So at the same time, if I want to get some data from the given list, so how we can take with the help of get method, so that too this get method will accept index based only for retrieving any data from the array list. For retrieving, for retrieving data, we are using, we are using what? We are using index based only. We are using index based, and the method name here is get method. Okay, and the method name here is get method. Okay, and the method name here is get method. Yes. Okay, and the method name here is get method. And if I want to remove anything, okay, if I want to remove any particular data from this array list, means with the help of remove method only we can remove. Okay, for removing, for removing data we are using which one? We are using which one? Index based only. We are using index based, and the method name is remove method. Okay, and the method name here is remove method, right? And the method name here is remove method. Okay, and the method name here is remove method. At the same time, this array list will maintain insertion order, okay, will maintain insertion order. So these are the points we have to remember about the array list class. Okay, so first point here is it is a class and it will represent a sequential collection of object. With the help of array list we can store all our elements in a dynamic way as well, and also this array list will allow duplicate values as well. Array list will allow duplicate values. Okay, array list will allow duplicate values. Okay, array list will allow duplicate values, right? Array list will allow duplicate values. So these are the points about array list. So now we will go to one programming example, so where I am going to satisfy all these points. Okay, for example, if I want to add any data into that particular array list, how we can add? If I want to remove any particular data, means the help of index based, with the help of remove method how we can remove. At the same time, if I want to get any index value, so how we can get with the help of index based value, I am going to show you. Is that okay if I am going to show you with the all the examples or not? Please let me know from the live chat, guys. Please respond, guys, as soon as possible. Okay, yes, it is okay. So now let me take one example. For that, let me take our eclipse here into picture, so that I am going to show you. Okay, so now let me take our eclipse here and let me create, okay, let me create one separate class to satisfy all the points what we have discussed so far about array list. Okay, array list, it is also having main method, right? Array list, it is also having array list concept, I can mention here. Okay, so here as I mentioned, what is a syntax? Array list. Okay, array list, you can see it is coming from the utilities class, it is coming from the utilities package, that is java.utils package. Okay, so array list, we need to take java.utils package only. Array list, so data type here is string, and then you are going to new array list of, what is our data type here? New array list of which one? New array list of string, right? New array list of string. Okay, new array list of string. So once it is done, our syntax part is completed. So now if I want to add any value, what I will do? Al dot add. So if it is string data type, we can add string data type. If it is integer, we can add integer. If it is uh, any other data type also, we can add here, but mostly string and integer only here we are using here inside this particular array list. Okay, array list dot add of string, right? So here I can mention Selenium. Okay, here I can mention Selenium. In the same way, I am going to use one more string where I am going to add inside this particular array list. At the same time, I am using one more duplicate. As I mentioned, this array list will accept duplicate values also. I am taking this one as well. Okay, and then I am taking one more array list dot add of which one? Array list dot add of Selenium tech automation. Okay, okay, this is how we can add all our values into this particular array list, right? So now if I want to get the length of the given array list, so how we will get? In our arrays concept, we are using length method, but as we discussed in this array list, we are using size method. System dot out dot println of length of, okay, length of given array is what? Length of given array is what? Al dot size. Okay, Al dot size. With the help of size, we are going to getting the size of the given array. Okay, we are getting the size of the given array. At the same time, if I want to remove, okay, if I want to remove any one of the value, so as we discussed how we can remove, with the help of index based and also with the help of remove method, right? Al dot remove of, if I want to remove this Selenium, Al dot add of Selenium, so I am going to mention here index value as 2. Okay, so then followed by what is our next concept here? That is SISO statement of, okay, SISO statement of Al dot, if I want to get to print any value from this particular list, so I am going to print the last value, that is index based of 0 1 2 3. Okay, I am going to mention here index value as 3 here. Okay, 3. So now I can able to print the Selenium tech automation inside our console. So now if I want to print all the values here, so how we will do? With the help of one for loop saying that for int, okay, for int I equals to 0, then I less than L dot size. Okay, I less than L dot size, incrementing by I plus plus. I am not explaining about this for loop, guys. So now what I am doing, I am printing. Okay, so Al dot get of what is our index value? I. Okay, now let me execute. We will see what are the values it is printing. Length of the given array is 4, but what I am doing here 3, right? So that's why maybe where I mentioned -1, nothing is there, right? So 0 1 2 3, okay, correct only. So now what I will do? I is 0, I less than L dot size, I plus plus L dot get of I. What is index 3 out of length of the given array is 4. Okay, 0 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. So now what I will do, I will mention here as 1 and I will mention here as 2, and we will see L dot size. Strange. Yeah, now it is printing, right? See, 0 1 2 3. Now length of the given array size is 4. Okay, totally 4 are there. Okay, length of the given array is 4. Okay, it is printing. Now I want to get the second index value here. What is our tech? Okay, if I remove this one, it is printing. Okay, then get of 2. So what is, once it got removed, right, see 0 1 2, it is printing the Selenium here. So after that I am printing all these values together with the help of one for loop. Okay, till here, which is related to first two conditions, remove of one and get of two. Remove of one means tech and get of two means Selenium. Okay, get of two, it got removed, right, so it is not present now. So then this Selenium will become one, and this Selenium tech automation is going to be print if I want to get after removing. Okay, so next what I am printing here, system dot get dot println of get of I. So what are the values present here after removing this tech? So those values are Selenium, Selenium, Selenium tech automation. Okay, so this is how we can print. Okay, this is how we can print, and we can remove, and we can add any values. That's why taking index out of bound. Yes, yes, you are removing index too. Okay, so is it clear about this array list with all the concept what we have discussed so far? I have used one add method here to add the data into, to add any element into array list. At the same time I have used length, it is not available inside our array list, so that's why I have used size method to get the size of that particular given array. At the same time, if I want to remove, means how we can remove, with the help of remove method. At the same time, with the help of index based, index based value only. If I want to get some value from the arrays, given array, means how we will get, with the help of get method. At the same time we are going to get that particular value with the help of index based only. Okay, that is about array list class. Okay, so next moving to the hash map. So as I discussed, hash map is also there, right? Array list, hash map and hash set, these are all the classes. We have to think in that way when we are working with Selenium. Okay, hash map is also a class, hash set is also a class, and array list is also a class. Okay, yeah. So now moving to the next concept, that is called as hash map. Okay, moving to the next concept, that is called as hash map, right? So now let me open my paint application where I will show you about in detail explanation about hash map class. Okay, so far we have discussed about this. Now let me save this one, save as collection, not array list, array list inside our desktop. Okay, let me save this one. Let me take one new paint application. Now I am going to discuss about hash map here. Hash map. Okay, hash map, it is also a class. Okay, it is also a class. So here it is also a class. First of all, hash map is also a class. If I want to add any data, we are using which method? We are using put method. But in array list class we are using add method. In hash map class we are using put method. If I want to add any data, we are using put method here. Okay, in this hash map class we are going to represent the values like key and value pair. Okay, we are going to represent the value format like key and value pair. And also if you want to retrieve the data from the given hash map, I am going to use which one? Key based only we are going to get. If I want to retrieve all the keys and values at a time, we are going to use one for each loop here. Okay, we are going to use one for each loop here. So any questions guys till now so far? Okay, here hash map, right? The first point here under hash map here is if I want to add any data, so how we can add? The help of put method, the help of put method. Okay, the help of put method. The same way if I want to, okay, if I want to delete any method, any key, how we will delete means with the help of which one? I think, okay, come on guys, please respond from the live chat. Till now everything is clear or not? So now if I want to add any data, we can add with the help of put method. So this hash map, okay, hash map will represent, okay, will represent which format? Will represent key and value pair format. Okay, the data what we are going to represent, right? With the help of key value pair format only we are going to represent the data. At the same time, if I want to retrieve to retrieve data, so how we can use to retrieve data? We are using key based only. Based upon my key I am going to retrieve the value. Okay, based upon my key it is going to retrieve with the help of value only. Okay, once for retrieving all the, okay, if I want to retrieve all the data present inside that hash map, means how we can get? For retrieving all keys and values means we are using which one? We are using for each loop. Okay, for each loop. Okay, we are using for each loop here. So now let me show you with an example about this, which one? The help of hash map class. And also we need to remember few more points, saying that this hash map is not going to allow duplicates. I mean, this will allow duplicate keys, but it is not going to allow duplicate values. Okay, hash map is not allowing duplicate keys. At the same time it will allow duplicate values. At the same time this hash map will maintain insertion order. Okay, hash map will, okay, will allow duplicate keys, but it won't allows duplicate values. Okay, it won't allows duplicate values. Okay, and also it will maintain insertion order. It will maintain insertion order. Okay, please note down all these points, guys, if you don't know. So after this we will go with our hash set class as well. So let me go to our Eclipse, so where I am going to show you with the help of hash map example. Okay, hash map class. Okay, hash map class, where it is also having public static void main method. So this time let me minimize this paint application so that I will show you from our Eclipse. Okay, yeah. So now I have created hash map class here. You can see I have created one hash map class. So let me close this console. So now, as we discussed, the syntax for what? Hash map. What is the syntax? Hash map. Okay, hash map, it is also coming from which package? Java.utils only. Hash map of what is our key? Integer. And what is our value here? That is type of string. Okay, string. Then hash map equals to new hash map of which one? Integer comma string only. Integer comma string. Okay, integer comma string. This is our declaration about our hash map as per our requirements. So now this one h map. So how we can add data into our collections? I mean, our hash map means with the help of dot put method. What is our integer here? That is called as 10. What is our value here? String, right? That is Selenium. Okay, at the same time I am going to take one more. Okay, so here I will change the values here, the integer values, that is called as 11, and that is called as 12, and that is called as 13. So here it is accepting duplicate values. Okay, but it is not going to accept duplicate keys. Okay, hash map is not going to accept duplicate keys, but it will allows the duplicate values. Okay, but it will allows the duplicate values. So then Selenium tech automation. Okay, Selenium tech automation. Okay, Selenium tech automation. So now if I want to print, how we can print? System.out.println value at given key. So how we can take? The help of concatenating hmap dot get of what is our key here? If I want to get anything, okay, get of 12 for example. Let me execute. Here you can see value at given key 12. Okay, it's telling that Selenium. If you want to get value at given key, that is 13, means how you can get Selenium Tech Automation, it will give you. You can see here the console part. Okay, Selenium Tech Automation, this part. Okay, based upon the key we are going to getting the value. At the same time, this hash map can allow the duplicate values, but it is not going to allow the duplicate keys. What will happen if I add one more duplicate key here? See here, value at given. Okay, it is working fine, no problem. Okay, so now I am going to printing all the given hash map keys and values. So how we can do? With the help of for each loop. Okay, the help of for each loop we are going to mention. So how we can define means, what is the syntax for each loop here? For of map. Okay, for of map dot entry, map. Okay, map dot entry, I think dot entry. Okay, map dot entry key and value, right? Yeah, map dot entry. So here I have to define m colon h map. We will see whether it is working properly fine or not. Okay, h map dot entry set of. Okay, entry set. So now let me, okay, so now here so of I am printing. Okay, keys. Okay, keys or what? Concatenating m dot get. Okay, m dot, I think there is some difficulty on writing this one. I am missing something from my end here. Okay guys, you can try from your end with the help of for each loop how we can retrieve the values. Okay, you can try the syntax here. What I am showing, that is correct only. For time being, I am not going to explain it in a clear way. Okay, so please guys. So here I will tell you about the syntax explanation what I am trying to do here. Okay, so here what does this map dot entry will do means, so this map dot entry will help us to iterating the map classes. Okay, this map dot entry will help us to iterate throughout our map classes, means map class is this one, right? So this map dot entry will help us to iterating on the map classes. And also here what is m, it will be anything. Okay, you can define any variable here. At the same time, what is this entry set will do here means, it will return the set of keys and values. Okay, this entry set, what it will return means, it will returns the set of keys and values. Okay, it will returns the set of keys and values. So I don't know, map is correct only, map dot entry of m system dot out dot println correct only. So then here keys. So now I am going to take the concatenation of map dot okay, let me try it one more time. Okay, okay, map dot get key. We will try. After that we will see why this error is coming here. Okay, values. Okay, values, then followed by m dot get values. Okay, m dot get values. Don't know what is the error here, syntax error it seems. Anyone have any idea about this one? You are not closing loop, where? Correct only, right? Correct only. Yeah, sure, Chandramohan. where I'm not closing the loop, map dot entry, correct only, but we are using here for each loop, right? For each loop we are using, so that's why it is not giving me the map dot entry is a raw type. Map dot entry should be parameterized. Okay, so you can try from your end. Okay, so please guys, please try to understand. Even I am also feeling hungry, so I'm continuing this session. So you can try from here. Okay, try to implement the remaining part, how we can add this for loop and how we can print the values accordingly, keys and values inside our console. So there is something is mismatching. Correct only, m dot get key. Okay, okay, okay. Now correct only till here, and infer configure syntax was correct only, right? I'm not sure why I'm getting this error. If we are using for each loop means it is a correct syntax, but map dot entry means what it will do, it will helps us to iterating all these objects what we have defined. At the same time, what exactly this entry set here means, it will returns the set of key and values. Okay, it will given set of key and values at a time, and we can define any variable here. It is not only m, we can define anything. Okay, so yeah, I will take it about on evening session. There won't be anything, I will figure it out. Okay, I will figure it out about this one, why it is giving error here on getting the values. Okay, on getting the values, why it is giving error. But the syntax wise, if I am using for each loop means that is the correct syntax only. Anyway, I will try and I will update you on the evening session, not an issue. Okay, so far everything is clear guys about array list class and hash map class and this code. Okay, you can try with the help of for each loop on getting these values, how we can do this one. Please let me know from the evening from live chat whether it is done from your side or not. Please guys, please try to understand Bhushan, as you know already this concept very well, and also Mr. BJ, the approach what I am doing. Yeah, that's correct one only what I am using here, k dot v. So what I need to mention here, that is where my doubt, right? No, I can mention here 10 comma value selenium, but we are trying to iterate through all the keys what we have defined here, so that's why we are not going to mention. Anyway, we are storing with the help of map dot entry, right? It will iterate throughout all our hash maps what we mentioned the values here. Okay, based upon the iteration, this entry set is going to give the values in the form of key and value format. Okay, it will give you at a time. Yes, yes, that's what I am telling Mr. BJ. So here I am using for each loop here. Where exactly not defining the object? Strange. Map. Okay. Dot. Okay. Entry correct only, right? Map dot entry space m only. See why I am getting means I am using for each loop here, so that's where I am telling. Okay, that's where I am telling. If I am not using for each loop means, so then I no need to write in this way map, I mean m variable colon hash map dot entry set. Okay, but I am using for each loop means this map dot entry automatically will iterates. Okay, will iterate throughout our map class to get all these values. Once it get means with the help of entry set we are going to get all the key and values at a time. Okay, we are going to getting the values and keys at a time only. Okay, but I don't know why this is not giving map dot. See, we can get the key and value, but now what I am doing here, I am using one for each loop here, right? Okay, get value, not values. Okay, dot, sorry. Okay, now everything is clear, right? Now you are getting my point. So now it is clear. I have made a mistake here. Instead of get value, I defined here get values. Okay, that's why it is giving us error. So now we will try to print whether it is printing or not. We will see. Okay, here we can see key 10 values Selenium, key 11 values Selenium Tech, key 12 values Selenium, key 13 Selenium Tech Automation. Okay, so in this way we need to use this for each loop. Okay, even I also have some confusion about that method get value method. So now is it clear, I guess? So now we are able to get the proper output here, right? Now we are able to get the proper output here. Okay, so it is not related to the parameters what we are defining here, the method what we are the interface what we are using here. Okay, if you are getting individually means then we are going to use this with a defined key and value, but it is a for each loop. So where this map dot entry is going to get, it is going to iterate through all our hash map class contents what we defined here. At the same time we are going to use one entry set. With the help of this entry set, what it will do, it will take all the key and values at a time only and it is going to print accordingly. So now you can see in the console it is working fine. Okay, you can see values at given key, that is Selenium Tech Automation. Okay, where keys 10, value is that one. Okay, okay now guys, is it clear for you? So why we got that error? If I am using get values method means that is not there. Unfortunately I used as values, but get value is the method where we can get the value for the defined key. For each keys we can get the values. Okay, if you can see output, it is not going to allow the duplicate keys, but it will allow the duplicate values here. Okay, let me run it one more time. We can find the output. Okay, here you can see Selenium Tech Automation. Okay, it is not printing this Selenium Tech because it is a duplicated one, means hash map is not allowing the duplicate keys, but it will allow the duplicate values. At the same time, if you already define one duplicate key means it will always point into the previous reference only, the starting duplicate key only. Okay, yes, Mr. BJ, that is my mistake only, sorry for that. Unfortunately I have put the values instead of value. We need to use for each loop for better practice, where we are getting all the hash map content inside our console output. Okay, we will define, we will discuss about hash set in our next, okay, in our next class. So sorry for that. Okay, can we close this session now? Guys, can we close this session now or what? We will discuss about hash set in the evening class. There won't be nothing more difference compared to hash map, but this hash set will allow the duplicate keys as well. Okay, this hash set will allow the duplicate keys, but hash set is not allowing the duplicate values, and also it is not going to maintain insertion order. And also here also we are going to use one for each loop only while talking about hash set class. Okay, so the same, or if we want to add any values, the same how we add it for array list, the same method here also we are using, that is add method. Okay, and to retrieve data there is no direct method to retrieve data. For that reason only we are using iterator and for each loop here inside our hash set class. At the same time hash set won't allow the duplicate values, but hash map will allow the duplicate values, but hash map won't allow duplicate keys. Here hash set will allow the duplicate values. Okay. Yeah, any other questions, anyone? If nothing is there, we can close this session and we will connect on evening session, guys. So thank you so much, Bhushan. Unfortunately, I have mentioned their values instead of value, but the approach what we proceed is correct approach only. Okay. So thank you so much, Mr. BJ and Arun Kumar, as well as for Chandra Mohan also. Thank you so much, guys. I am ending this session. We will connect with our next session on today evening at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Bhushan. I will definitely make one session about that one, because these class, collections classes, I am not discussing more. Okay, Arun Kumar, this session especially for you. What is hash map and what is array list and what is collections? What are the different interfaces such as list, map, and set? From Selenium point of view, we have to consider it as list as class only, map also as class only, set also as class only. So that's why I just shown you the examples only. If you want more information how we can use it in real time, means as asked by Mr. BJ, it will take some time for me to get some website where I am going to show you. Okay, please consider that point from my side. So please support the stream and please support the channel, guys. Please support. Even I am also feeling hungry. Okay, we will connect with our session on today evening. Okay, so let me know which concepts you want me to discuss for today's session. Either it is from Bhushan or BJ or Arun Kumar. Evening session we will take it for Selenium. Please confirm me from your live chat. Please, guys, we will end this session. Yeah. Anyone? Evening session, Selenium, can we start with base classes? With base class means, base class means starting like automation testing and find elements, alerts, multiple windows, test ng, keyboard and mouse operations, auto 80. So these and all I can discuss, but people are there, they have already know about those concepts. Anyway, I will proceed with the same what you are providing. Okay, I will continue with the same points what you are going to see from our live sessions. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Have a nice lunch, have a nice day, we will connect on today evening session at 7:30 p.m. That is about discussion about generic that you follow for framework. Yeah, sure, Bhushan. I am going to discuss about from scratch level what are the Selenium basic concepts we have till testing the framework. Later we discussed about page object model, design pattern, how we can create all our pages by creating the all the classes at page level. Okay, and also we will discuss about Maven as well, maybe today or tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow I am going to conduct a session for Maven especially, that is for Bhushan. Okay, tomorrow we will connect it after 7:30 in the evening time. Tomorrow we don't have morning session. Okay, thank you, guys, thank you. Have a nice lunch and have a nice day. Signing off, Selenium Tech Automation. We will connect on today evening session at 7:30 p.m. where I am going to start our Selenium basic classes. At the same time, hash set, that is the only concept which is pending from hash set. Yeah, sure, Arun Kumar, thank you. Thank you, guys, thank you. Yeah, sure, bye guys, bye.